很多个嘞。哦，我的一个会走来走去的，有个。
Yours good 嘞 ？This is good. Yeah. 你看。
哦，你这个拍到嘞，这个能拍到，有的拍不到。哦，this is good.
好嘞呀，好嘞呀。
他拍到。
There you can see up there, down there, almost. Because of the clouds let us see. Now the clouds don't let you see.
我紧累，紧累。
All right, so visuals on your screens from different cities now. Take a look at that. It's the same annual eclipse, and yet it looks extremely different in different cities and, of course, across the world as well. Akshaya Nath is live from Chennai. Akshaya, I have to mention here that my mother definitely had a list of precautionary measures on what to do, what not to do. But I think, of course, the generation is now also moving forward. How is the situation there in Chennai? Are there also all these advices being given? Or perhaps there is a different enthusiasm now, specifically with regard to astronomy and this historic celestial event? Akshaya.
2009 Well, Pooja, you know, when you were talking about how there are a lot of don'ts and do's that your parents have told you about, what we're seeing here in Chennai is more like a celebratory mode. There are hundreds of people who have gathered at the Besanagar beach, and all of them using their goggles, the solar filter goggles here, and looking through the filters and seeing what exactly is happening.
As you use the right word, it's a celebration of a celestial event, right? Something that happens very rarely. And we should celebrate it.
So what are the don'ts? What are the don'ts?
The most serious don't is not look at the sun. There are these solar filters. Looking in through them is absolutely fine, but you don't see the thing. A lot of people also try to look through their mobile phones and so on, and you don't want a selfie with the sun, for God's sake. No, of course
no
not.
Selfie with the sun. It's not the best thing to do. I have with me a young child also. She has been looking through her filters for quite some time, and she also did an experiment while coming here. Can you tell us about the pictures that you clicked on your way here?
While coming here, when I stepped out of my house, there was a tree, and then the shadows from that tree were very strange. It was like all the shadows were like a crescent moon-shaped shadow. So it was like really incredible.
So did you get an explanation of why the crescent shape was coming?
Yeah, it's because of the sun. The light. It's because of the light that when it filters through the sun. That's because of the picture. So when it's crescent, the picture, the shadow will also be crescent. And if it's crescent like this, the shadow will be crescent like that. It'll reverse.
You know, this is a time where children are also overly enthusiastic about the scientific angle of it. And I have a mother also here. Ma'am, you were actually, becoming extremely excited looking at the sun.
Yeah, that's true, because this is the first time I'm seeing the shadow. I've never noticed the shadow. I didn't even know something like this existed, okay? So when we came out of the house, I rushed out and I had to tell her, stop, I have to take a picture. Because I knew that everything was like a crescent, you know, like she mentioned. It was amazing. At her age, I was more excited at my age than her, you know.
Did you give her any do's and don'ts?
I told her not to view it directly. That's the only thing I said. I said, other than that, just don't, around, you can look around, look at the buildings or whatever, but not up in the sky directly with your naked eyes. That's the only thing I told.
So, you know, sky watching is something that is happening today in the city.
These images, it is important to mention that there is a total and a partial eclipse, while this one is an annular eclipse. Why is it that? That's because of the ring of fire.
We've opened up a NASA map that pretty much breaks down where the eclipse can be viewed. Now, before
before I show you exactly where it is in India, let me just show you that the eclipse actually starts close to Riyadh and Bahrain, which is why the first visuals that we got of the Ring of Fire was from Dubai. And you take it down, so you've got here the details of exactly when it was viewed in this particular area. Let me also give you a sense of where it is in India. Now, all our reporters, of course, particularly in South India, have been showing us how people have been gathering to view the eclipse, and that's because the trajectory that you see here completely falls in South India. What we know is at this point, this particular area that you see, the latitude and longitude that's mentioned, this falls in Wayanad in Kerala, which is where our reporter Gopi has also been sending us reports. That's where you can see the solar eclipse in India perfectly, and that's where it falls really. But you can see that it's in this particular area that the solar eclipse can be viewed perfectly. Going further down, in places like Malaysia, again, Singapore, Malaysia, you will be able to view the solar eclipse. And finally, you can view the eclipse through this particular area. The last, perhaps, area that you will be able to see it in the world is in Guam. These are the areas that the solar eclipse can actually be viewed in, which is why for Indians also this is such a treat and such a delight, because it's very rare that really we get to view the solar eclipse, and that too so, openly, that you're able to actually view the moon coming in front of the sun so clearly.
Those details on the map. I want to go back to...
As Akshita was earlier mentioning, Wayanad has been identified, and precisely this location in Calcutta has been identified as the most favorable spot to witness the solar eclipse, the full eclipse in its full glory. And that is exactly the people here has got, because now it's almost some 5-10 minutes past 10, and the eclipse is now getting into its last stage, which is a partial eclipse where you will see the shade of the moon gradually clearing out from the way of the sun. And that is exactly what is being shown in this giant screen. There is a projector, there is actually a video wall which is actually set up. That is not actually an original video, or there is not actually a video of this solar eclipse, but that is actually an animated graphics of the progression of the solar eclipse. So as you can see here, that white part in that video is actually the area of the sun. You can see almost 3/4 of the area is now out and clear, and maybe in the next 10 to 20 minutes the shade of the moon will completely come out of the way, making things all back to normal, and the sun will be completely visible. Now, talking about the situation here, we had a very good turnout here, as in terms of the people who have come here. You can still see people are still gathered, though many of them have left after they saw this thing, after they saw the full eclipse. Now, as the eclipse is getting into its last stage, people have started moving. They are actually leaving this place. But it's been a once-in-a-lifetime experience, is what many of them were actually telling us. And this is how the preparations are now underway. It's all the solar eclipse phenomenon, at least in Wayanad, is almost getting into its last and final stages.
And I have to say that excellent background music running there, playing there behind you. How is the turnout in Hyderabad?
Indian Planetary Society, it has arranged this solar eclipse viewing facility here, and you can see large number of children particularly, they are here, and all are wearing special protection, these kind of goggles.
Talking about the importance of this particular eclipse for India, if you see in 2016 the eclipse was there, it was only visible, only a part of sun was covered, and that too it was only visible at few places only, whereas this particular eclipse is giving an opportunity to everyone in India, means a person even in Leh and Ladakh, or the complete western part of our India towards Dwarka, or if you go to the northeast, Dibrugarh, everywhere people are able to see. But the only thing is that, the places where like, Ooty and all, there you have this ring of fire kind of thing, whereas the rest of India we were able to see partially only.
Just tell me about the next eclipse. This eclipse, of course, it is significant, and I can witness here a lot of young and as well as children, all are witnessing this history in making, we can say.
Yes.
What about the next eclipse, and when it will be visible in India, and what will be the percentage? This time it is almost 96% and 74% in Hyderabad.
Yeah. See, what exactly happens is that the central path of this particular eclipse actually started from where in Dubai, and it traveled from ocean, and first it touched at Dwarka, then it came into Kannur and all. So the people over in this particular path, 160 kilometer would be the width of that particular path. People who are there in that path, they could see it as annular one. Okay, the people who are, as you go away from this path, like Coimbatore and all these things, Ooty, as you go away from that, the percentage of visibility will be less. That means a person in Leh and Ladakh would be seeing somewhere around 33%. And a person who is there near to, like for example now in Hyderabad, it is 74%. In Bhopal it is 50%. Like that, depending on the distance a person is away from this central path, he will be seeing it. All in all, somewhere like 33% to 92% was the visibility for most of the the obscuration of sun by moon was observed by many people across the country, whereas a set of population who are luckily were there at the Kannur and other places, they could see it. And as you said, for these children, it is a very great thing, because when the last time when this major kind of eclipse happened in summer 2009, when they were
came to us saying that they wanted to share their opinion. Sir, you had earlier walked up to us telling that you wanted to share your excitement about the solar eclipse.
Very much.
So how do you feel witnessing this entire episode?
Yeah, actually I've seen in 95, it was only partial, only half. I saw just the wellness place in my house. Only I thought, okay, it's only partial, I need not come. But I thought 84% is there. Okay, let's just come and see what is fabulous. Never seen such an in my life. Never seen this sun shadow getting down like in a rainy day. And this class, this is the first time I'm seeing sun like this. I enjoyed very much.
Across the world of this annular solar eclipse that are taking place, ensure you do not look at the sun with a naked.
ఇదే నేను ఎక్కడ చూడలేదు ఇదే వీడియో తీస్తాను వీడియో ఫొటోస్ రెండే అయిపోతున్నాయి ఇక్కడ
మరి కొట్లేడు